Yeah, Ritesh, please start.
I think Ritesh has some problem on his side, so I think we can start. Okay. Hello. Okay. Hello, friends. Welcome everybody on today's special session on Oracle Cloud ERP. And as this is like our last session on all our series that we were doing for last few weeks, so we started with our introductions, then approvals, reporting, and now we are concluding on this Oracle Cloud ERP. So if you're joining first time, please go and check all other seminars recording. And if you're already attending, then you know that this is how we are proceeding now. So let's welcome today's speaker, Amit. So Amit is our practice head and delivery manager, and he's sharing his knowledge here. So let's welcome Amit and let's continue. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can type on our live comments section so we can keep replying on that. And if you're facing any problem, you can also tell us. And if my audio and video is visible, like Amit's screen and my audio, then just please type hello or okay or some sort of message so that we know that these things are available and visible to you. And we'll start in a minute. Amit is also ready. Hey Amit, good evening.
Yeah, so good evening, all. Hope you are doing good. You are safe at home with your family members, and things are easing out now. But at the same time, conditions uh, are also changing, and we have been dealing with it for past few months now. So, so hope all of you are doing good. And let me continue with today's topic. So we will be talking about Oracle Cloud Security today. So when we talk about security, what comes to your mind at the first place? Let me know your thought of or your opinion on security in general terms. I would like to see some participation from your side. So please provide me your input on the term security. So let me get your input, then we'll be talking more on that. Yeah, Subramaniam is saying that is data security. Yes, that is one thing related to data. But in general terms, what do you think is security? What do you feel? about security. So in normal life, day-to-day life, what do you think is security? So yes, I'm getting some more inputs. Yeah, security is when you have some sort of contentment. Yes, access control. Very good, Subramaniam. You got it. So in general, when we talk about security, security is something when we have whatever we are possessing that is kept intact without any damage, without any infiltration with the nature of that particular thing, whether it is money, whether it is your data, whether it is your house or anything it could be. Yeah, so security is to guard something. Yes, true. So let us see the contents we have today. So we will be talking more on security in ERP, common ERP vulnerabilities. What are the vulnerabilities with respect to ERP? Of course, that is prevailing, but still some common one we will be talking more on. What are the core security pillars for your data or for your ERP, for your organization? Security in specifically Oracle Cloud ERP that we will be dwelling upon. Then we have got Oracle Cloud ERP roles, which provides security in Oracle Cloud ERP. Then we have got function and data security policies that also is used to secure your data or your access in Oracle Cloud ERP. Then we have got setup process in Oracle Cloud ERP, how to achieve, how to maintain data security or security in general in Oracle Cloud ERP by creating users, creating custom roles, and I have got some extra bytes. If we could finish timely, then I have got some extra bytes for you to leave with, and then we will be talking about questions and answers if you have any. So quickly, when we talk about security in ERP systems have evolved significantly in recent years, and modern systems can now automate uh, particularly all day-to-day business processes normally, and that not only includes human resources, sales, stock management. There are many more to come with that. And with that, when we have ERP systems which is driving our business, then that is why many organizations are now choosing ERP systems, and that too on cloud. So as we speak about ERP systems, however, as with any sort of fully comprehensive system which covers such a broad spectrum, and you have got there are naturally uh, going to be some vulnerabilities, some weak spots you can call, and those are very important to keep an eye out for. So you need to be very precise about your data, your access. So as we were talking about, ERP security is a wide range of measures aimed at protecting ERP systems from illicit access. When we talk about illicit access, that is unauthorized access or unwanted access in normal terms. Ensuring accessibility and integrity of the system. So if we could achieve that, then we are good to go with the accessibility and the integrity of the systems data. Give me a moment, guys. I My mic is not muted, but are you able to hear me? Because I got some message that uh, my mic is not working. Are you able to hear me, guys? Please type yes if you are able to hear me. I got a message that
Hi sir, we can hear you. Hi sir, Ritesh
okay,
here. We can hear
okay,
you.
okay, okay, great. So
Thank you.
let me put it in words again. So we were talking about ERP systems. These are evolved significantly in recent years, and modern systems now can automate almost all the processes in your organizations, and that is why uh, most of the organizations are going for ERP system, and that too on cloud. So when we talk about ERP systems and whether it is on premise or on cloud, you need to have proper data security. So, however, as with any sort of fully comprehensive system that covers a broad spectrum like this, and there are chances that you may have some weak spots or vulnerability. So that is why security comes into picture, and that is why it is very important to have proper security, and you need to have proper access process and uh, data to keep secure. So that is what we talked about ERP systems serves to unify the information intended to manage the organization. So if you have proper security, then you can secure your data, and the unauthorized access you can avoid, basically. So advantage of having ERP is that it provides data consistency, yes, uh, because you have got the data centralized at one database or one place, and then every module, every user who has got the access can access that data. So that is where your security comes into picture. Now let us talk about common ERP vulnerabilities. So yes, we talked about access control. If you are not authorized to access certain data, uh, then if your ERP system is unable to protect that, then that is also a very big threat to your data. Inadequate training. If your ERP system is equipped with all the modules, every functionality, yet your end users, your power users are not trained well, then that is also a vulnerability for your ERP system. You will not be able to produce good results, even when you have a proper and robust ERP system. Failure to comply. So when we talk about comply, it is normally considered to have. Your ERP system should comply to the government and other statutory requirements. If it is failing to comply with that, then of course that is a big vulnerability for your ERP system. Unsecure integration. So as we are talking about many cloud ERPs, on-premise ERP, the need is to integrate with different systems also. But if the integrations are not secure, then you may end up losing your data or corrupting your data. So that is also a big vulnerability. Data encryption and masking issues. If you are unable to encrypt your data or mask your data, for example, if you are having customer data and that has got some banking transaction details or any other details, and that is not masked, and even your own users can see the data, that is a vulnerability for your system. Then you have got complex solutions. So you have got a good robust ERP, and the solutions it is providing absolutely well, but you have got complex solutions. If you have to process something and the process is defined in a complex way, then it would be difficult to maintain and manage that in future. So that is also a vulnerability. Now what could be the core security pillars? We talked about the vulnerabilities. Now let us talk about some security pillars for your ERP. Data encryption, yes, as we talked about, we need to have proper data encryption so that your data is encrypted and not open for any data corruption or data loss. Security control, so yes, you need to have uh, control or proper access to your data so that only authorized personals can access the required data. Visibility, so your system should be defined or designed rather in such a way that whatever is there to be available, it should be transparent and visible. Hybrid cloud, so yes, there is another way to secure your data. You could have hybrid kind of structure for your Oracle Cloud data, where something is there on the cloud and some important things are there on premise, so that you are securing your data, or probably the backup kind of thing you are doing uh, on premise. So that way you can have the hybrid model and have the data secured. High availability, as we talked about, you have got data, you have got custom solutions, but if you are unable to fetch the data, if you are it is getting delayed in getting your data, then it becomes a challenge. So your data should be highly available as and when required. Now, till this point, if you have any questions, please do post. If you have any questions, please do post. Yes, so we talked about security, we talked about vulnerability, we talked about how can we secure our data in normal any ERP basically. So we talked about general aspect of security in any ERP. If you have any questions, please do post in your comments. Okay, it seems there are no questions so far. So let me take it ahead. So you might have seen this when we had the ERP introduction. So we will talk more on this. Uh, Security in Oracle Cloud is based on three W's basically. So who can do what on which set of data, as you can see here. So who is an individual, and what is the actions that individual can perform, and which is, I mean, the entity is the set of data basically. So in this picture we can see, like, we have got user, and the user is having two types of roles. I will be talking more on roles in coming slides. So at this moment you understand that in Oracle Cloud ERP, the user is provided some roles to perform and on certain set of data. So the roles are replaced basically. I mean, the other way around, responsibilities of 11i and R12 are known as roles. However, there are different aspect of roles also. I'll be talking more on that. Data access is there. Then Oracle Cloud ERP roles. As we were talking about roles, there are mainly three types of roles. One is job roles. So job roles are basically that represent your duties, or I would not use the word duty because duty is a different terminology in the Oracle Cloud ERP. However, it is the actions you are supposed to perform. So, you could have a job of general accountant. You could have probably say purchasing manager, or payables manager, or receivable accountant, or asset manager. So these are some commonly used jobs. Now job roles can be assigned to users. The important thing here is the differentiation between three roles. So job roles can be assigned to the users. You need to remember this. Then we have got abstract roles. So abstract roles are basically the individuals in the organization. Like, it represents people in the organization independent of the jobs they perform. So it could be employee, it could be manager, it could be supervisor, or something like that. So they are some individuals, some identities in the organizations. These are also assignable to be, and I mean, you can assign these roles to the users. Then you have got duty roles. We were talking about, so duty roles are logical collections of privileges that grant access to tasks that someone performs as part of their job. Like, if you are having a job of general accountant, you are able to perform certain duties under that particular job. These are the roles which you cannot directly assign to the user, not assignable to users directly. So this is the difference between job, abstract, and duty roles. Job and abstract roles are, I mean, you can assign job roles and abstract roles to the users. However, you cannot assign duty roles to the users directly. So why duty roles are created? Duty roles, as it is saying in the line above here, logical collection of privileges. So you can have a collection of privileges, and those privileges can be assigned to a job role, and further that job role can be assigned to a user. So in fact, you are having a job role consisting of different duties, and that is assigned to the user. So that particular user can perform those duties under that job role, but not directly those duty roles can be assigned to any users. Hope this is clear. If you have any questions, you can do post your comment here. So job roles, abstract roles, and duty roles. Both job roles and abstract roles can be assigned to the users, however, duty roles cannot be. Any questions so far? So these roles are very important in terms of security you are trying to achieve. However, Oracle Cloud security is a very, very big subject to talk about. There are a lot of things, but I am talking or touching upon the basic pillars of security in Oracle Cloud ERP. If you have any questions, you can post your comments. So we have got Oracle Cloud ERP roles, where ERP roles are three types. Duty roles example Vikas is asking about. So duty roles could be if we talk about payables, a duty role could be say uh, performing certain activities on an invoice, if we talk about payables, or probably doing some transactions in asset, that could be duty roles. However, those duty roles would be assigned to certain job roles in respective modules, like asset, if we talk about, then it would be for asset manager, or if we talk about payables, then it could be for payables manager, payable specialist. So those duty roles would be assigned to a job role, and then that particular job role could be assigned to a user. Hope I could clear your doubt, Vikas. So I have got another question. While creating roles in Security Console, we see functional privileges, role hierarchy, and data role hierarchy. What is the difference between them all? I'll be talking. I'll be touching on those Jilekha, and we will be talking on that in coming slides. So basically, if you want to know a little bit on that, so these are security policies we were talking about. If you are having any custom roles, so you are creating a custom role, and you are providing security policies to that particular role, like what activities you can perform with that. So if you copy that, there are a lot of activities which you can perform. You can select certain activities to be performed. You can deselect certain activities which you do not want to perform. And if we talk about roles hierarchy, then that is again a that is a bigger thing to discuss at this point. Yes, in short, I can tell you that it could be like you have certain roles, and as we were talking about job roles, so job roles have some duty roles, and duty roles in turn also have some duty roles. So some duty roles, or the collection of duty roles make one duty role, and then collection of some duty roles makes one job role. So uh, in hierarchy, you can say that there is one job role having different duty roles, and those different duty roles again have certain functions and duty roles, and that makes the entire hierarchy. So let me take it ahead, guys. The function and data security policies we were talking about. So function security policies are defined by function security privileges, and each function security privilege secure the code resource that make up the relevant pages. Like when you navigate to a particular page, there are different functions you can have. You can say you have task, you have scheduled processes, you have some reports to be run, you can have some infolets. With that function security policies, you can restrict or provide access to a user. If you want to restrict something, you can opt out of those certain features, and that custom role can be assigned to a user. And when that user sees that page or navigate to that page, they will be seeing that thing, but they will not be able to navigate to that or use that. So that is how we restrict our data or functions, to be precise. Then we have got data security policy. So when we talk about security policies, there are two ways to secure it: function and data. So function, I told I talked about. Now, the data security policy. It defines access by a role to a business object with a condition and for a action. Like if you are having, let's say, some data, you are having data for one business unit, you are having data for particular ledger. So that you can secure with data security policy. So that all those things are done in the background basically, but while creating the custom role, you will see those pages where you can secure those things. Then we have got aggregate privileges that combines both function security privileges with related data security policies. So combining both the things make it aggregate privileges. How do we set it up in Oracle Cloud? So that is how I talked about. We need to have some data access set, type, and access level. There are two types of data access set type. Like you can have full access like full ledger, or you can have, or you can restrict to a particular balancing segment if you want. Then for access level, if we talk about, you can have the read only access or read and write access. So data access set comprises of these two elements, and access set type and access level are further divided into two subtypes, like full ledger and primary balancing segment, and then read only or read and write mode. Now, implementing security in Oracle Cloud, we saw how we can achieve to that. We have custom roles, we have got data access set. So how do we achieve that? We need to create a user, we need to assign roles, we need to assign security context to the user through data access set, which we talked about. Now, creating a user create user task to create users. If HCM is not being implemented. If your instance does not have HCM, then you need to use create user task to create user. If you have got HCM, then you can use hire an employee task that is specific to HCM, and you can create employee or person and then related user as well from the same screen. Then the other way is you can create a user through security console to create implementation only users. So those implementation users would not be person in your HCM. Let me show you in a moment. If you have any questions so far, you can post in your questions. In the meantime, I would arrange to show you how to create a user through security console. I would show. Please post in your questions. If you have any questions so far, please post in your questions. In the meantime, I would try to take you through the creation of users. So we talked about roles, we talked about data access set, and now let me show you how to create a user. Hope you are able to see my screen. Please type yes if you are not. I will be taking you through the creation of a user through security console. Please let me know if you are able to see my screen. I got one answer from Subramanian, yes. So let me go ahead with that. So this is where we can create users in the easiest possible way. Go to tools menu and then you can create users through security console. Click on security console. Now all these things are related to your roles. You are able to see security console only if you are having that role. If you are not having that role, you are not able to see that security console option. So here you are having roles, you are having users and many other things. So let me create a user here. Add user account. Now you can see here I can create a worker from here if I want to create a related person in HCM, or give me a moment guys. So yeah, mm, if I am selecting none, then that is an implementation user that does not have a person related to that user in the HCM or human capital. Now, user category again is if it is none, then it is going to be default. Give a name to your user. Let's say you can give any email if you want. If you don't, you can leave it. Now you have got to give password. So let's say I've given password. Now once I have provided these things, I can click on add roles basically. So it would ask me that yes, you have to save that password if you want to save or not. Now, what role membership or role you want to give it to? Let's say I want to give a role, say tables. It is not tables. It is account tables. Let's say the accounts payable invoice supervisor. I want to give it to. I need to click on add role membership, and once I click on this, I need to click on done, and that is what I need to do. Now you can see you have given one role to this user, and you can click save and close. Now let us try to log in through this user. Let me sign out. So that is what, yeah, now you can see here. So let me click on this, and if you see here, I've got procurement, payables, and tools. If I click on tools, I do not see any security console here. However, in KC Brown user, I was having security console here. So that means I do not have proper access or proper privileges to perform certain tasks. In payables, I click here, and let us see what happens. Now this is invoice supervisor. Now let me click on create invoice. So if I see here, there is no business unit. I can't see anything. I can't do anything with this role. However, I had got this role, but I am still unable to perform anything on this. Can anybody answer me why I cannot create or do any action on invoicing? However, I have got those buttons, I have got those lists which I am supposed to perform through that role. Please let me know what is missing or what could be the problem which I am facing here. I have got invoice supervisor role, but I am unable to create an invoice. Please let me know what could be the reason. So we saw that we created a user, we assigned a role, invoice supervisor, but when we try to create an invoice, we are unable to create that. Please let me know what could be the reason that I am unable to create an invoice. Any wild guess? Yes, so I've got quite good answers from Neeraj, Vikash, Gajapati, Praj, and Rajesh. Yes, I did not assign any data access set. So system is unable to determine which business unit or which data access it should be belonging to. So good that you could get that. Let me sign out from here and continue with my own user, Casey Brown. So let me sign in. Yeah, so here I have got many things in my kitty. I have got receivables, I have got supply chain, I have got payables. If I click on payables here, I go to invoices. And one more thing, here in invoices, I was having in payables, I was having invoices, payments, and invoice dashboard as well. However, with the invoice supervisor, I was not having that. Now, if I click on create invoice, I am able to see the business units. By default, there is one, and there are many to choose from. So I have got right kind of access for this particular user. That is why I am able to access those things. So that is provided through data access set. Now let us go back to our presentation and see what we have got. So we have seen how to create a user. Now we have got another thing, create a custom role. Now if we say custom role, and how can we create a custom role? We had seen that with users there was one option to create roles, or rather roles in general there was option to create and manage roles. So this is how it looks like. Let us go back to the application and see how we create a custom role. So let me go back to tools, and from there we will be creating a role. Now go to tools and again the security console. In Oracle Cloud, if you have got application implementation consultant and IT security manager, then you are able to see IT security manager is the role specifically to use the security console. So we click on roles, and by default it goes on roles itself. So if we want, we can search an existing role, like what kind of role you are looking for. Let's say tables, say this one. So this is the role we have got. You can click here, and you have got edit role, you have got copy role, you can compare two roles, and you can simulate the navigator as well. So those are some options with you have created the roles and you want to perform some actions. You have got those actions from here. Now it is I mean, as we talk about, I would tell you the best practices also in between, as and when it arrives. So while creating any role, Oracle recommends, and it is a best practice to create a copy of an existing role and then make changes, rather than making the changes with edit option in the existing role. That is not recommended by Oracle. That is not the best practice. So rather, you can go for copy role and then you can modify it as you want. So if we click on create role, now you can give a role name. Let's say XX tables. You can give the same name to the role code. Now here you can see abstract duty, and job roles. So if you select here as duty role, what can be done in that case? Can anybody tell, if I want to give this role to my user, what is the role type I should select? Please answer in the comment box. What role category should I choose to give it to my user? Please let me know your answers in comment. I want to create a custom role that I want to assign to my user. What kind of role category should I choose? We talked about three different types of roles. Please let me know what kind of roles, or what kind of role, to be precise, I need to give it to. I did not get any answers yet. I repeat my question. If I want this role to be assigned to my user, what should be the role category? I hope I'm clear with my question. Do let me know your answers in comment. Specifically, when we talk about this particular role, yes, tell me what role should I give it to, role type rather, or role category to be assignable. Yes, that's true. Shivakumar, Panchal, Rajesh, and many other. Yes, Praj, because it should be a job role and not a duty role. Rajesh Panchal, it should not be abstract role because it is related to a job. Normally, as we talked about abstract role are those which are individuals in the system. So that could be employee, that could be say project manager, that could be line manager. Those are abstract roles basically. So you need to give it a job role type. So now this is financials job role basically. And then if you want, you can give a description, and then you can click on next. Now we talked about some function security policies. So if you want to add some function security policies, you click here and you select what kind of security policies you want to give it to. Say, give me a moment. Oh, it is disconnected. Give me a moment. Yeah, so we were talking about custom rules and the data security policies. So please let me know if you have any questions so far. Yes, please let me know if you have any questions so far. Yeah, any questions so far related to custom roles? Job role only. Yeah, okay. So any questions so far? So no questions. So let me go ahead with that. So let me switch back to the application then. Yeah, so let us see if there are any specific policies. Hope you are able to see my screen. Yeah, so we can have different policies related to our roles. Like for job roles, we have got so many policies. However, if you want, you can create your own policies. There are privileges. There are different related to your job. So when we talk about payable supervisor, so we can see if anything is related to that. So payable administration duty roles we have got payable. This is where duty roles comes into picture. You can assign uh, these security policies to your custom users. We were talking about why do we need to have duty roles. So this is where duty roles comes into picture. So if you want, you can assign here like this, and this is what is assigned. Now let us see how it looks like. So this is the duty that particular job should be able to. Okay, so click here. Give me a moment. So you have got many where you can, let's say this one you are selecting. So if you see here, you have assigned this policy where this particular user can approve payable invoices. And if you click on load inherited policies, so it would have the inherited policies. We were talking about role hierarchy, that also would be loaded into that. Now if we click on next, then we have got, if we want, we can give a condition here. Policy, data security policy we were talking about. So if you want, you can give a data security policy as well to this. Now if you click on this, if you want to add some more roles to this role, then you can add those roles as well to create a role hierarchy basically. So somebody asked me what is role hierarchy. Role hierarchy is like you are creating a role, and under that role you have different roles. So that you can achieve through this add role, and you can have a logical hierarchy of that role. Then if you want, you can give user assignment. Now if you see here, I can click here the user, and I can assign it to that user. So my username was, so this was my user, and I am going to assign this role. So while creating the role itself, you can assign it to the user. So this particular role would be assigned to Amit B user. So you don't have to create role separately and then assign it to user. You can do it from here itself. Now these are some bugs. You might have seen me clicking cancel. However, the task or the activity was already done here. So these are some bugs. Now I click on next, and that is what I have got. So I have got one function security policy. I have got data security policy. I did not add it, rather. Uh, if I want to create a hierarchy, I can create hierarchy here, and I have added one user. If you want, you can add many users in one go while creating the custom role itself. So you don't need to go to every user and then assign it to that particular user. You can create the custom role, and from one screen itself you can assign that particular role to many users, and then you can click save and close, and your role changes were saved. Click on OK. Now if you go and see whether that has been assigned to your user or not, you can click here, sign out, and then confirm. You can go, and this is the user we had created. If you have any questions so far, you can post in your comment box. I will be happy to answer your questions. So if we click here, we have got that role assigned. In fact, we have already assigned that particular role to that, so we would not be able to see the difference because the same thing was assigned to this user already. It would have been good if we have used some other user, or if you want to see whether it has been assigned or not, you can see through the user option from security console. So probably we should have taken some other role, say receivables or something. So if I go and check from here, so I was talking about, so this is the user, and if we see, yes, that particular role, custom role, has been assigned. However, both might be having the same set of duties, so that is why it is not, I mean, you are not able to distinguish whether it is a different role or not. So that is how it looks like. If you have any questions so far, you can post in, then I will take you through data access set. Please let me know if you have any questions. Subramanian has asked, is roles similar to responsibility in EBS, right? Uh, yes, in a way, it gives a user to uh, do or perform certain actions. In a way, you can call it similar to EBS responsibility. However, there are a lot of other things as we talked about. There you are having only one kind of denomination of that term, responsibility. However, in ABS you have different types of roles itself, apart from the data access set, uh, which was achieved there by profiles, system profiles. However, in cloud ERP it is achieved through data access set. However, and again the same thing, you have got many options with that as well. If you have any questions, please do drop in your questions. I would be happy to answer. Please drop in your question so that I can answer those. If there is no question, then probably I would go ahead with data access set. In the meantime, let me do something. So yeah, is there any question so far? Users and roles we have seen. We would be seeing data access set in a short while. Please do drop in your questions, and let us take a 2 minute break. In the meantime, you can drop in your questions. Shiv, if you are able to hear me, please unmute and take some questions. Do drop in your questions if you are having any doubts. So far, we have covered users, we have covered roles. Now I am going to take you through data access set.
Hello, friends. So let's give a break, a couple of minutes break for Amit. And meantime, if you have any questions, I can discuss that about today's topic, which is Oracle ERP security. Or if you have any other question in general, I can take quickly that also. And as you know that we have all our previous session recorded and available on YouTube channel. So if you find this interesting, definitely you will learn more things in those sessions if you watching this session first time. If you're already attending past session, then really great, because now we are working as a team. So I'm very happy that you guys are supporting us in these sessions. On Friday, we're going to wrap up all this master series, and we are working out a new schedule to have additional subject topics, not just on these, but other which are very important for our consulting career, just to understand, you know, Oracle implementation methodology, project implementations, and all these different type of topic. So, in case if you have any other topic in mind where you want us to, work and showcase you some of those topics and knowledge, then please share that as well, so we can, maybe not immediate time, but maybe in coming times, coming weeks, we can plan something on those topics as well. So let's take a couple of questions, or any questions come up on that. So Vikas is asking, in general we can go ahead with existing role provided, I guess. Yes, Vikas. So the general purpose of any implementation, and from consultant side, use as much as standard role possible. And throughout the implementation, that is what Oracle consultants keep recommending, like we as a consultant. And only like by the time of go live or on a specific requirement, we get agree with having a customized role or any tailored base roles or access kind of thing. So yes, I agree with you. Hmm, okay. Yeah, and I'm not sure whether I'm audible. I didn't ask you. If I'm audible, please type yes, so I know that at least my voice is going through correctly, because
Yeah,
otherwise I was
you
talking
are
by
audible,
myself.
Shiv. You are audible.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so we got, okay, Narendra is saying it is data access set for BU. Yeah, so Amit is going to take that topic right now. So wait for a minute. What is GRC? Gajpati is asking what is GRC. So uh, I will ask the same questions to all other audience, like if they can answer this. What is the full form of GRC for them, or what is the GRC mean for them? If anybody like to answer that, otherwise I will anyway will ask. So GRC, government governance, risk and compliance. So GRC stand for governance, risk and compliance. In general, also it is more related to data security, information compliance, audit compliance, accessibility. And Oracle also have a similar model called GRC Cloud now, and that also have a similar features to have a segregation of duties and proper rules mapping. and finding conflict of interest and implement that. So yes, so all this security part actually become an input for GRC activities or audit activities. So whatever we do, we have to be compliant with those GRC policy, audit policies. So whether we use Oracle product or some other product or manual audit, we have to have based on guideline provided by the audit team, GRC team, information security team, those kind of thing. How do we Z, okay, that is J. How do we implement role level security in Oracle Cloud similar to PeopleSoft role level security? So role level security right now, it's not a feature of like SaaS application, it's a feature of database, right? So that is possible right now, also possible if we think there is a specific requirement to specifically control at the role level, then we have to work with Oracle support team, Oracle ops teams to make it enable. So that is there. Only thing, it is not available straightforward as a SaaS application. Vikas is asking, can we have one session on business mapping with example? Business mapping. Vikas, can you explain it more? What do you mean by business mapping? Uh, Data mapping are you referring, or some other thing? I'm not sure. Business mapping, I don't see any concept called business mapping as such in ERP cloud. So please just elaborate on that part. Okay, guys, I think let's continue with the session if Amit is ready.
Yeah, we can go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, let's continue. We will take this remaining questions later on. Okay, go ahead, Amit. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So, to manage the data access, we need to have, there is a task called manage data access for users that is used to manage the data access for every user. We will be seeing that in a moment. So you need to search for roles for users, and then you need to set it up correctly as far as the security context is there. So you can take it in your Excel sheet to have a better understanding. You can upload the data access in a Excel sheet. So there are different ways to do that. Now, this is how it looks like. Let me take you directly to the application and show you. So to navigate to manage data access set, we need to go to setup and maintenance. So click on this down arrow, and then you have got setup and maintenance. So basically, your data access set is part of your security thing, and it comes with setup and maintenance activities basically. So you need to click setup and maintenance, and you navigate to that page of all the tasks which are available. So this is the task pane. I click on this and I click on search here. So my task name is manage data access, and I can click here. So if you see, there are some tasks for this. You can click on this manage data access for users. Now if you observe here, there are two buttons, users with data access. So if you click and select a user, it would provide you without data access what are the roles this particular user is having. If you click here users with data access, so it would provide you the access which that particular user is having. So let us see users with data access, and I select the user I have created. Now click here and search for your user. So this is the user, and I want to say what all access, data access this particular user is having. If I want, I can select particular role as well. If I do not select this, then I can click on search, and whatever roles are there with this user and with some data access, it would populate here. In our case, since we have not given any data access to this particular user, there is nothing to be shown here. Now let us see if it shows as without data access. So again, I search for my user. Okay, now let us click on search. Now you can see here it says that this particular user is having one role this, and there is another role, and now what it can have security context as business unit, and there is no value here. There is no value here in this case. So what I need to do, and one more important thing here is for accounts payable, we have given business unit as security context. However, for our custom role, it is showing manufacturing plant. So if you give proper role to the user, then related to that role, it would show up the security context here. In case of asset, it would be showing asset book. In case of GL, it would be showing GL ledger. In case of receivables or payables, it would be showing business unit. So relevant security context is shown here. So now we have seen that it has got no access yet. How do we give access to this? We can click on this create if there are less number of rows. If there are a lot of number of rows or many rows, then we can click on this and it would populate an Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet should be filled in and uploaded to the system. That I will tell you in my extra byte today. So I click here create. Now what is my username? It says this. What is the role name? So account, yeah, account payables invoice supervisor. What is the business unit? And there are a lot of business unit which I can give it to. So let us say US1, and I search. So there is one US1 business unit, and okay, and save and close. Now I have given data access to this particular user having this role of US1 business unit. Now I click on done, and then so right now I am in system administrator user. So I need to log out and see whether that user has got some access or not. So this is my user, and I'm checking whether this user has got some access or not. So I go to payables, I click on invoices, and now I click on one task of it, create invoices. And if I click here, I'm getting this US1 business unit, which earlier I was not able to get, and that is why I was not able to proceed with doing any action on this particular screen. Hope this is clear to you. Do let me know if you have any questions with this. Then I will give you some extra things from my side today, which was not in the agenda. Please do let me know if you have any questions and if you want to go ahead with new or some extra thing. Should I go ahead with this and close, or should I give you some extra things which I talked about in the beginning? The extra bytes for you, the deserts for your main course. Do let me know. I am not getting proper participation from your side. Please do let me know if you want me to complete it here, because the security thing which I had prepared for this webinar was uh, till this much, to take you through creation of user, creation of custom roles, managing data access set. If you want me to provide some extra bytes to you, please do let me know. I've got something extra for you. Okay, so I've got a few nodded from the audience. Let me take you to some extra thing which I had planned for you today. Data import. We saw security, we saw approvals, we saw reporting, but we did not touch data import. That is very important as far as any ERP is concerned. When you are going for any ERP, you need to have some data import or data extraction. Data extraction we have seen through reports, through extracts in reporting. However, data import we could not say. So this is kind of data integration basically. So there are two standard or seeded rather, I would say, methods to have data imported in your system. So I was talking about the Excel sheet. Let me show you how does it work. So give me a moment to stop share on this and let me show you. So these are the two things which I have brought for you today. File based data import, that is FBDI, and the other way is ADFDI. We touched upon a little on this in theory in my first introduction slide or introduction presentation. However, I would be taking you through the demonstration of this. Give me a moment to reconnect to the instance. Okay, so there are a lot of things through which we can see these. There is one, create invoices from a spreadsheet. Wherever you see from a spreadsheet, that means that is a data import facility provided by Oracle. That is one thing. And the other way you can do is through these are basically let me show you first the other thing, and then we can talk about it. So let us say financials we are talking about, and then we have got books here. Let us say I want to talk about say general ledger. So I go to general ledger, and then I have got uh, I have got um, data import, and in fact on the last slide itself I have got many. So if you click here, you have got file based data import for financials. So you can click here and you can navigate to that page where you have got all the FBDI templates. So these are pre-built, provided by Oracle, and you just need to find which one is suiting your requirement. So let us say if you want to go for asset, you have got fixed asset lease import. There are many. You have got mass retirement, mass adjustment. All these are pre-built. You have got for cash management. You have got budgetary control. You have got general ledger, payables. So payables, payment request, import. All these are your pre-built FBDI templates. So let us say general ledger. If I click on this, so it says import account combination. There are many other general ledger budget balances. Then you have got import segment values and hierarchies. Then you have got import and calculate daily rates. So there are many. You have got general import. If you click on this, this is a template. So click on this and you are able to either download or save it, and then later on you can use it. So let me click on open and see how does it look like. So this is offline way of doing thing. So you can offline prepare the data and upload the data. That is called FBDI, file based data import. Let it open, and then I'll show you how it looks like. So you have got every financial module. Similarly, if you want to go for SCM, if you want to go for HCM, if you want to go for procurement, any other module, you have it in your file based data import. Here if you see, you have got sample data as well. What kind of data you need to prepare and put in this system. This is based on the system values basically. So, and if you hover over your mouse here, then you get what kind of data type is this, whether it is null or not null, what kind of data you need to put in. All these things are there. It is not null, it is null, whatever it is. So you need to have that kind of data, and you can prepare your data offline. This is offline way of doing thing. Once you are done with the data, then you have some processes to be run. Okay, I believe you were not able to see the Excel file. Give me a moment. Let me show you again. Let me show you. You can see it here. So we were here, and if I click on this, then you can open it, and it will open, and then I will tell you, see here, you can prepare data, and you have got sample data as well, as I was talking about. So you have got ledger ID, you need to get it from your instance. So the comments are also there, where and what kind of data you need to prepare for this file. So it is not null and number, all these things are there. If you hover over your mouse on any column. Hope this is clear. When you are done with your data preparation, then you need to follow some processes. So like in this case, and even in this also, you have got instruction and CSV generation method also. You click here, and everything is written here: how to prepare that data, how to load the data, what kind of task you need to do. Once you are done with your data preparation, you need to click on this. All these things are written here: how to upload the data, how to load the data. So all the instructions are written here, so it is very simple and easy to understand. So this is the same for each and every module, basically, whether it is for general ledger, for procurement, for HCM, for any other module, benefits, or anything. So there are a lot of pre-built FBDI or file-based data imports. Now let me show you the other way of doing it. Now if I click on this, rather this, so I click create invoice from the spreadsheet. When I am going through the instance itself or the application itself, you need to understand this is ADFDI. Okay, that means this is online way of doing data upload. However, when I go through docs.oracle.com, that is FBDI. So this is the one major differentiation between two methods. Now I click on this, open the file, and it opens the file for me. For ADFDI, I need to have a plugin, that is ADFDI plugin. See here, it prompts me to connect to the instance. However, in case of FBDI, I was not prompted because that was offline way of doing thing. So you can prepare your data, you can upload it later. However, in this case, I am being prompted. So let us try that. So it gives me the similar screen where I had started from. Now it takes me directly to, I mean, it connects me rather directly to the instance, to the application. It is online way of doing upload, as I have been repeating. Now here you don't need to have the comments here. You click here, and you have got the business unit which was assigned to you. If I have many, then you would have the entire list of it. Similarly, other things which you already know and you can upload, you can type in and you can do that. So this is how your upload is. Let us see an example for this, because creating an invoice would be a little bigger. Let us see the other example. I would use data access set for that. In the meantime, if you have any questions, do post in your questions. We would love to answer that. Uh, I logged in with the same user. Do let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so I go to system administrator, uh, setup and maintenance, and then I go to data access set for users. So here it is, manage data access set for users. Now I click here on authorize data access and open with. It is opening the file for me. Yes. Give me a moment. I need to have the. Hope you are able to see the Excel file. Yeah, so this is simple here. I need to select, let's say, business unit. Then I have got, I can double click and find the data from the database because it is connected to the application itself. So what business unit I want to give, if I am not remembering, then I can search as I do in case of normal online way. Now what is the username? Or even if I want, oh no, okay. And what was the role? So now if you want to see, you can click here and you would get to know, and you can search your user or related roles. However, for this case, I have taken one user and one role, and now I click on upload. So as it is online, it has uploaded and it shows me the result here itself. row inserted successfully. So the process has been completed here itself. I know the result here itself. So this is all I have for you today. So we talked about users, we talked about roles, we talked about data access set. Then we saw two methods of uploading the data. One is FBDI, that is file based data import provided by Oracle. All the templates are seeded and provided by Oracle for different modules and different functionalities, or rather different type of data. And there are a lot of available available templates for different functions, like in case of data access set also. If we go to any module, then we can see different data upload facilities, like in case of receivables. If I go to account receivables, I could see some here. So you can see here, create receipts in spreadsheet. All what is there with spreadsheet is ADFDI, and that is online. You can fill in the data and you can upload the data. So this is available throughout all the modules, basically across all modules. So guys, this is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, if you have anything to share with us, and if you have any feedback for us, please do share.
Great. Okay. So, friends, this was today's sessions and greatly conducted by Amit. It's really good. And as always, it's go beyond 1 hour. So it's almost like 90 or more than 100 minutes. So, friends, if you have any questions, we can discuss now. And also would like to know if you guys are part of our Facebook group and WhatsApp group. Please suggest if you are not part of our WhatsApp group, because through WhatsApp group you can quickly, you know, check up with your questions and your queries directly, and through Facebook group. So if you are not part of our Facebook group, just type it in. I will post our Facebook link or WhatsApp group link, and you can quickly join. Also, next Friday, this Friday, we would be wrapping up our this current master series. So we will be refreshing all previous topic, and we'll take all live questions on Friday. Then from next week, we are planning to have very special sessions on different topics. So some would be related to ERP, some would be related to career, project implementations, emerging technologies. So topics would be different. And if you like, topics on Oracle ERP, then do suggest us on what topics you want, so we can prepare and plan those accordingly also. And if you are part of our email list, great. If you are not, please suggest, so we can share the link, so you can sign up with your email ID also. So this is my email, Amit's email, and if you have any business inquiry for projects, then this is our sales@cltcsi.com. And thanks for everybody to joining on such a long session.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
Subramaniam. Yeah, yeah, go on.
there is one question from Ranjit. What is the difference between FBDI, ADFDI? So as we saw that FBDI is offline method. You can have huge data to upload, and upload process itself takes very less time in case of FBDI. However, um, in case of ADFDI, it is online, as you might have seen that I did the upload online, connected to the instance live. And ADFDI is recommended only if you are having less data to upload. However, FBDI is recommended when you have huge data. So these are main difference. Hope Ranjit, I am able to answer your question.
Perfect. Yes. And
Yeah. So
friends, Yeah, and
Yeah. Shiv, go ahead. Go ahead.
friends, as we all are attending and you finding this seminar is useful, this session useful, I would recommend, don't forget to like this video on YouTube, and share this channel with your friends so that they can also get benefit. Share on, go and revise all our previous sessions also. So we have almost like 5 sessions. This was the sixth video, sixth session. So all 6 sessions are almost like 10 hours training material, and totally free, totally live recorded, totally hands-on session. So those going to useful for you and anybody you think so. So do subscribe to channel, like this video, and as always we say, share with your friends. And if you are already part of our email list, great. If not, you can suggest. And if you're not part of our WhatsApp group and Facebook group, do suggest. And you can reach out me personally or Amit in case you have any query. And next session will be on Friday, so do join same time, 7:30 India, 9 a.m. US Central, and we will connect again on new topics. And same way, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. And thanks Amit for such a wonderful session, lengthy but very useful hands-on session. I'm sure a lot of people will be benefiting from this. So thanks everybody, and let's wind up.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your patience and staying with us for such long sessions and for around 3 4 weeks now. And we would be happy to answer your queries. We would be happy to have sessions if you have any specific session, and we have a good demand of that. So good to
Great.
have your love and appreciation. Thanks.
Thank you.